What's up, everybody? And Davis here. I'd like to apologize for late convenience and doing my chat reviews late because I've been really busy. I'm actually starting work, and work's kind of been hectic, and I haven't got time to be making any videos lately. But never fear, I'm back. Let's get started with the latest chapter of Bleach. And I'm sorry for not being able to do a chapter yesterday. Again, I'm working now, so. I'm trying to make as many videos as I can while I'm employed at the moment. Let's see. Bleach chapter 485. Let's get started. Let's see what happened in the chapter. As we know, the Vonderich have are the new enemies. They're pronounced the Quincy's. And they're starting their little threats. Yeah, after they attacked Chojiro Sabisuke and heavily damaged him. They retreat to their hideout after what's his name? Ivan comes back with his injuries and everything, and him and one of the other members gets into an argument, and basically at least the argument causes their leader to cut off one of the minions' arms off. And everybody, and he's just like screaming, freaking out, and he's like, oh, I'm in pain and everything, and he's like, don't, and the boss is like, don't exert yourself. I bet even sitting down will be painful with that, and I'll allow you to speak. And he's just like, yes, sir. And he's like, you're not gonna sit down. I guess you don't need your legs or whatever. And he's like, no, I would never do that. And he's sitting down. And I swear, like the leader of the Vonderich, it looks exactly like Zangetsu. I mean, not exactly, but he looks a little bit like Zangetsu, like or somebody that is similar to Zangetsu or in that nature. He looks like he should, he looks like he's pretty badass. The Bleach chapter is known as the Foundation Stones. Ooh, interesting. Then we cut back to later to Yuki and Ichigo and the others, and talking about how weren't supposed to help him, and Yuri was like, no worries, our enemy's Retsu guard disappeared, and anyway, Ichigo would lose such a guy anyway, and had no intention of helping him from the start. And what's funny is that Chad is like, Ichigo did ask for our help, earlier, and he's like, yeah, I was gonna help him anyway. And then Orihime and Uryu have this little talk about how about how Uryu and Ichigo are friends and blah blah blah. Basically, they're setting up their friendship for Uryu and Ichigo because at first kind of didn't like each other in the beginning, but then afterwards they kind of start to like each other. And I think they're just building that up just so they can break it down once things start to change, including the Vonderich, being Quincy and all, and Uryu being involved with the Quincy's, and well, till he's a Quincy, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about. It's just yeah. So anyway, yeah, Ichigo's back, and he's claims he's not injured. Yeah, right. And Yuki's ringtone comes on, and it's actually Shino's lousy singing that's the ringtone, and we spend like 2 pages on this crap, and I'm like, seriously, dude? Really? Just whatever. Anyway, afterwards, Yuki is beat up, of course, and he answered the phone, and he's like, yes, whatever, yeah. And Ichigo asks, what happened? And he's like, well, I gotta go back to Soul Society. It's urgent because there's a funeral. And so when I'm thinking, like, wait a minute, it's a funeral. And then it hit me, like, oh, Chojiro Sabisuke might be dead. And it's confirmed that Vice Captain Chojiro Sabisuke is dead. I was like, finally, yeah, like, this is some really good stuff. Like, characters that are good guys die. But the one thing I don't really like about this is that, one, his death's off screen. That's not a good thing. Two, it's somebody that didn't really have a purpose in Bleach that often. I mean, yeah, sure, he was Yamamoto's right-hand man, but he was nothing more than that. I mean, he had no background, no story. I mean, his Zanpakuto is just a rapier. I mean, do I feel bad he died? I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, I kind of feel bad. He had no true no further explanation about himself or anything. He just died. You know, I mean, he died. You know, fighting a good battle, but it's just he didn't. We don't know anything about him. It's the same thing with Genjo. Like the two characters died that we know nothing about, and it's like, what the hell? But anyway, yeah. Said it happened 52 minutes ago. That's almost an hour. And basically, the member died while he was trying to take it. They were trying to get him to be healed or whatever, but then he died like right on the table, I guess. And he just died there. And not only did he die, but 106 members died as well. So it's like, wow, like these guys don't play. And it was just like 7 of these motherfuckers. So you imagine, like, you have like 100 dudes and just seven guys in wearing masks. You're like, these guys are nothing, and you get slaughtered by all of them. That's like that's pretty big. It's real cool. I mean, it's cool and it's bad, yeah, but it's cool as well. So yeah. And basically, the Akon, aka Mayuri's assistant in the 12th squad, lets the others know that these guys did not appear in the Senkaimon, and basically they had no means of like traveling through the Senkaimon or escaping to it, so they had other means of transporting themselves into Soul Society without anything from Soul Society being related to their transport here. So it's maybe similar to the Garganta, as you know, the Arrancar's way of traveling, um, and things like that nature. And a little while later, Ichigo is in his room, sitting on his bed, thinking, and then he goes on patrol, and he's thinking about what, Uryu said and everything to him about, of course they're going to relay a message to Yuki while Ichigo's there to, I guess, let him know what's going on with the situation. They want him to know, and that's why Yuki was sent to the real world to let Ichigo a message about these guys and everything else. And he's walking, he's thinking, and he all of a sudden, Nell pops up, and you're like, yeah, well, Bills, you don't know who Nell is. Nell is actually a small Rancor that Ichigo had met while in Wakamundo. She was accompanied by 2 others, Pesce and Don Chaka. Don Chaka, I can't say his name right. Don Chaka, and they have these little, funny moments and stuff where they're together and everything. And after all this time, she's been back. The last time we saw Nell was when Noritora attacked Ichigo and then Kenpachi saved him. And so it's like, Ichigo just up and left without even like telling Kenpachi like, oh, watch Nell or something like that. He just was like, I'm gonna save Orihime, bye, and just forget about her. And I'm like, what the fuck? And like, I mean, yeah, I'm glad she's back, but it just doesn't explain why it took her so long to get noticed again. And it's like, so, I mean, Ichigo must have forgotten about her. I mean, Ichigo must have forgotten about her. I mean, otherwise, why'd he be so shocked to see her again? It's like, what the hell? But anyway, she's crying. She's using super speed and uses her head to attack him and slam him against the ground. And she's all crying and saying that Ichigo help. Wakamundo is blank. I guess over siege. I guess. And the leader of the Banderech, aka the Quincy group, says 5 days, and the minion that had his arm cut off is saying yes sir, and that he's basically saying that it necessary require the Soul Society and us to prepare for battle. 2 days ago we were in inspection. Yeah, basically the dude is like the leader. I mean, is basically telling Luder's Freegan, that's the guy that got his arm cut off, asking him are you a prophet? And he's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, I'm just asking, are you a prophet? I mean, can you tell the future? Can you tell the future? Do you know what's gonna happen next? And he's like, no, man, no, I don't know what's gonna happen next. Then he's like, then why are you talking about the future, man? I want to know what's going on right now, right here, right now. And you know what? Since it's no, he's like, you know what? Fuck it, psh, you're dead. You're gone. You're done. You're done. He just blew his head off, and it's like, what the fuck? It's like it's real funny how this guy like so takes everything so seriously. It's like if somebody sees it the wrong way, he'll blow your head off. If you guys argue in front of him, he'll blow your arm off, and it's like, dude, like this dude's like freaking does not play games. He is a badass motherfucker. He will not hesitate to kill somebody over the littlest thing. I swear, like I said before, if you sneeze the wrong way, he will blow your head off. Clear and simple. That's the best example I can give you. And it's like, wow, like it's not like he didn't, like the character did anything to annoy him or anything like that. It's just, well, we don't think he did anything to annoy him or to make him upset because he's doing like he did what he was told. The guy just didn't like how he said it, I guess, And then, he's talking to Ivan, who got beaten up by Ichigo, of course, and he's like, I don't blame you. I don't want to praise you. I don't blame you. You did enough to stop Ichigo. You did a pretty good job and everything like that. And he's like, thank you, sir. Your job is over, and I'm basically done with you too. So, bye bye. He's like, no, and it just blows up. I was pretty like. What the fuck? I mean, he did it. He did what he told, and he still got killed. And it's like, what the fuck? I mean, I kind of wanted to see Ivan progress longer because I mean, he's just a new character that came out of nowhere, and he, had Quincy powers. I wanted to see what he was about, and I'm thinking to myself like, what's going on? And then one of the other members of the Bondarech is like, aren't the Rancors as precious soldiers because they don't need to tell how to fight? And he's like, bitch, please. If I want to Rancors, I can get them just like that. I don't need no little weaklings like those. I mean, I can, please, nah. And it's like, wow, this dude like is really badass. He just doesn't care. He just basically saying that because I have a lot of minions, killing 2 of them don't make no sense. Don't really mean much to me. I can get more. And then we see, yes, Halle Bell of the Espada number 3 is back. Though she's tied up, and as you can see, and he's in her release form, partially beaten up as, of course, tried to put up a good fight, but ultimately lost and got captured. And, she's pretty bladed up. She's pretty messed up. And one of the guys is like, Fuikamuno's our territory. And the leader is like, another foundation stone to invade Soul Society. And that's the end of the chapter. I have to say, good stuff. Real good stuff. I like the middle part where Yuki was doing that stupid thing with the ringtone or anything like that. But for all we know, but at least we got some stuff that's going on. Nail's back. Tojiro Sabisuke is dead. Javiel's back. And the leader does not play no games. Oh, and also Uryu and Ichigo's friendship being put on the spot like that for us to view it and then view what happens once once the friendship is destroyed or broken up partially, temporarily. I have to give this chapter a 4 out of 5. It was really interesting, and I could possibly say that if Kubo keeps doing it like this, he will be back. That's all I can say. I'm Andy Davis. See y'all later. Peace, sayonara, and I'm out. Bye-bye.